In 16th century, there was an academy. They let the poor family's daughters to attend the academy and educate these girls with customs and rituals. The man named Black took his daughter to the academy and insisted on asking the rector to let his daughter attend the academy. The rector hesitated for a while and then finally agreed. But after Black had left, the rector's attitude was completely changed. She started to have an evil look on this girl. Then a servant beside her showed out his spiky teeth. "I am Doctor Who, and this is the story for this episode." Since then, Black had never seen his daughter again. He had come to the academy many times, but he could not see her. He feels something is wrong. So he decided to break into the academy. Finally, he had the chance to meet the students here. He immediately went on finding his daughter. "Is that you, my daughter?" he asked. The doctor had seen the father. Doctor was very famous in this city. He came from the Gallifrey planet because he was interested in the missing of 16th century girls. So he went on his time machine and went to the moment when Black was finding his daughter. He told his two partners to take a watch on the outside, and the doctor himself followed Black. He finally called the father to talk at a small alley and know the entire story. Dr. Shirley told Black that there was a mystery within this academy. So he set up a plan to enter the academy to find out that mystery. Black distracted the outpost guards for the doctor to sneak inside the academy. The doctor took a tour around the academy, but he found nothing strange. Then he got to the basement, and he was attracted by a mirror. At this moment, there was a voice coming from behind. Doctor saw couples of girls standing behind him from the beginning. But he only saw himself in the mirror. These girls were clearly not human. He didn't understand it yet. Those girls have gone up. The girls all told the doctor to leave. And the scarier thing came. The doctor knew he could not fight back these girls. So he ran away for his life. He got back to his two partners. Surprisingly, his two partners had encountered the same weird thing. They decided to immediately leave this academy. But somehow they got lost. Not long after, they heard a scream. When they rushed to there, they saw a man with scary spiky teeth passing through. There was a girl with blood coming out from her neck. It seemed like this place was a vampire academy. The doctor's team seemed to have huge interest to vampire. So they all went to Black's house and intended to help Black find his daughter. After the discussion, Black told Doctor that he had found a map of this academy before. He discovered an underground path that led into the academy. But this path had been blocked. The only way now was letting Amy dressed up and enrolled in the academy. Then they would team up to open the gate and let the rest inside. Moreover, Black had a huge amount of explosive. And he had been waiting for the right moment to use it. Such a scary way. The next day, Amy pretended to be a farm girl and came to the academy. She was easily accepted into the academy and was taken upstairs. Amy found Black's daughter in the dormitory room. Amy was told by the daughter that every night, she had been forced into a surgery room. When the morning came, she could not stand the sunlight. Amy asked more questions, but the daughter was not willing to answer more. So what had the daughter been through in that surgery room? Not long after that, Amy could answer this question. That night, when everyone was sleeping, Amy came down to the basement and unlocked the door to the secret path. Then she turned around and was scared by a man behind her. She was then taken to the surgery room. Weird green light was the only thing to light up the room. Two girls brought in a chair. Right at this moment, all of them took off their cover. They showed their bloody scary teeth. Amy was tied into the chair. The rector started to explain why they had been doing this. She wanted to transform Amy into her kind. First, water inside Amy's body would be sucked out and be replaced by their blood. If everything went smoothly, 49 days later, Amy would become one of them. Of course, Amy refused to do this. Amy kicked the rector hard when she was distracted. The kick hit the rector's hip and made her lose the cover. It turned out that they were not vampires, they were alien fish. The rector saw the unwilling of Amy. She immediately bit her. One of the rector's servants were staring at Amy and was about to bite her. Suddenly there was a big noise outside the door. Someone had broken in. The rector temporarily released Amy and went out to check. Doctor Who and his companion used the underground path to get in the academy. Doctor took advantage of the weakness of the alien, which was afraid of light, to sneak inside. He used the UV light to block the alien from attacking so Black's daughter could untie Amy. They reunited and escaped by the same path they got inside. The alien was chasing behind, but they all stopped due to the doctor's light. Not long after, they could get to the final door, but the daughter was afraid of light and was pulled back behind the door by the alien. The door was shut. Doctor could not do anything else. Black's hope was also gone. The rector would kill the daughter because of her betrayal. They took her to a canal and pushed her down. The daughter was eaten up by schools of fish. The rector came back to the academy and saw Doctor, who was waiting for her. They were both from the outer space. And they all wanted to receive useful information from each other. They kept asking and answering each other questions. From the discussion, the doctor knew that the rector was from the Satne planet. She took her son to the Earth because their planet was destroyed. They intended to transform Venice girls into their later generations. And when they had done that, Venice became their territory. The rector even asked the doctor for a corporation. Together they took Venice and shared the power. But the doctor immediately refused and walked out. Back to home, Doctor cured the wound for Amy. "You are okay," he said. Doctor and everyone gathered around, discussed to come up with a solution for this. Suddenly there were a big noise. They looked out the window. It turned out that there were the girls at the academy. They showed out those horrifying spiky teeth. The transformation had been done, and they were all alien fishes now. They all turned into their real appearance under the UV light. When they were about to break the window to get inside, Doctor and his companion immediately ran away. When they got to the door, Black took the UV light of the doctor and locked himself inside. His only daughter was killed. His life had no meaning left. So he lured the aliens upstairs and detonated the explosive he had in the house. He did a suicide bombing and killed all the aliens. All of a sudden, there was silver cloud covering the sky. The world was turned into night in a matter of minutes. It was clear that the rector was going to invade Venice. Doctor quickly told his two companions to get back to the time machine, and he would stay to deal with her. But on the way back to the time machine, they encountered the rector's servant. They worked together to lure the servant around the corner. Amy used the mirror to reflect the sunlight into the servant. She successfully destroyed it. The companion now had the confidence to went back and help the doctor. When they found Doctor, there was a heavy rain. The academy now was unguarded, so they could sneak inside. They found the weather controller. But no matter what they did, the heavy rain was still going on. Doctor followed the wire of the controller, which led to the peak of the academy. They finally found the button, adjusted the gear, and made the machine stop. After a while, the cloud had gone. Sunshine was back to the world. The rector was dead inside when she saw the sun came out. The academy had gone, all the girls were terminated. The weather controller machine was destroyed. Now it was impossible for her to reborn her kind, but she still did not understand that. Wasn't it worth to use a city to reborn her race? Doctor came and answered her question. A race was eradicated, now take away the life of another race to rebuild back theirs. It is just not a right way to do it. Finally, the rector killed herself by jumping down the canal with her children. This is the end of the film. If you are interested in this film, give me a like. Goodbye and see you next time.